Okay, today is December the 2nd of 2021. And today we're here with Brooke Graves, who has just filed for the position of Potter County Treasurer. Brooke, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off and tell the voters a little bit about who you are, where you grew up, and how you ended up working in the Potter County Treasurer's office.
Okay. I am blessed to be born and raised in Amarillo. I went to Hamlet Elementary until third grade. My family moved close to Bushland, and I went to elementary and middle school there. And then I went to Tascosa for 1 year and then moved to River Road and graduated from there in 1999. After that, I went to Amarillo College where I got an associate degree in business administration. During that time, I got my job at Potter County and still have that job almost 20 years later. So I have been married to my husband, Brooke Graves, for 2.5 years. I have a daughter who is almost 14. Danny is an 8th grader at Days of Alla Middle School, and I actually serve as the treasurer on the PTO there. My son is almost 10. Weston is a 4th grader at Woodlands Elementary, and I also serve on the PTO there as the membership chair. I attend Trinity Baptist Church. I'm a member there, and my family splits our time between there and my husband's church, which is New Hope Baptist.
Well, that's interesting. So Benny Anderson that ran for school board,
Yes.
He's the pastor there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a great man.
Yep. Seemed like a really good guy.
Yes.
So you filed to run for county treasurer. What makes you want to be the elected treasurer of Potter County?
So I started Potter County when I was 21. I worked in the tax office in the highway department in the dealer section. I loved it instantly. I loved the people I worked with. I got to know a lot of the car dealers in Potter County and loved that part of it. To this day, the tax assessor still lets me know that I hold the record for the most titles done in one day with no mistakes. I was offered a position in the auditor's office after 4 years in the tax office, and I took that position and was the internal auditor for 1 year. And then a position opened in the treasurer's office, and I became the assistant deputy treasurer. I held that position for 9 years and was promoted to deputy treasurer, which I have been for 6 years now. So in all actuality, I've served the citizens of Potter County for almost 20 years, just not in an elected capacity. During my time in the treasurer's office, I've trained on everything. So without a doubt, I feel confident and prepared to perform the duties that I would be required. And as the deputy treasurer, I have had to step into the treasurer's role on several occasions for various reasons, and anytime I do that, the county judge, the commissioners, all the other elected officials and department heads are so gracious. And so honestly, I would love to continue to serve the citizens of Potter County alongside all those great people.
Very good. What do you think are some of the issues that voters aren't aware of that you have to deal with the treasurer's office?
I actually don't think most voters know anything about the treasurer's office and what all we do.
Right.
People don't really take the opportunity to learn about those things.
So what does the treasurer's office do?
Let's see. The treasurer is responsible for receiving and depositing all county revenue. Not only do they act as the intermediary between the county and the bank depository, but they're also the county investment officer. We disperse all funds under the direction of the Commissioner's Court. We also disperse payroll, and let's see. We maintain all records of receipts, expenditures, reconcile all the bank accounts and investment accounts, and we're responsible for reporting the status of the county finances monthly and quarterly to the Commissioner's Court.
So you're responsible for all the payables and receivables?
The auditor's office enters the payables. We actually disperse them.
So you cut the checks.
We do.
How many employees does the Potter County have?
Approximately 600, I believe.
600?
Somewhere, give or take a few.
Well, that's a pretty good payroll.
Yeah. And we have an HR department that enters all that in, but we do print and disperse all the payroll checks.
Do you think that's an efficient way to do it, or would it be better to sub it out to a third party on the payroll?
When I first started there, we printed a lot of checks, and we did do direct deposit, but we printed everyone's pay stub.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my time there, we have gone to only printing their first check, and then every check after that is direct deposited, and now we email all of the check stubs instead of printing them out. So I feel like that's more efficient than what we did when I started there.
Is there any other things you can think of that you could implement that would add efficiency to the department?
I feel like I've done a lot of that since I've been there. I try to make things a lot easier and quicker and more efficient than what it was when I came. I really plan to do that for a lot of things going forward. Just our processes and how we do things, just make it more efficient and work better.
How many employees are in the actual treasurer's department?
There's 3 of us.
Just 3 of you?
The treasurer, the deputy, and the assistant. So I've already done 2 of them. I just want to do the top one.
What kind of software does the county use to do all that with?
We use GIMS.
GIMS?
Financial software.
Is that kind of software designed for counties?
Yes.
So it works. You're happy with it?
Yeah. That's been what we've had since I came, so I don't really know otherwise, but yeah, it works fine for me.
Very good. Okay, so you're using GIMS software, and you like it, and it's doing a good job for the county. You have 3 people in your department.
Yes.
You handle the payroll for 600 county employees and disperse the checks for all county expenditures.
Yes. We don't enter payroll, but we just print and disperse it, yes.
Right. So your main function is to oversee all the outgoing checks and payables for the county.
Yes.
But you don't have to mess with the payable or entering the payables.
We don't enter the payables. We receipt all the incoming revenue.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell the voters about the treasurer's office?
I don't think so. I think you hit on everything.
Well, very good.
I
Is there
love
anything
it.
else you'd like to tell the voters as to why they should choose you? You don't have an opponent yet,
I
and
don't,
you may not get
and I
one.
don't want one.
But from my perspective, I want as many people to run for every office and have a good contested race. But if you don't have one, that makes it, from your perspective, you don't want one. So
Yeah, I don't want one, but I think I would be great for the job. I've prepared for a long time for it, and I'm confident that I can do it.
Well, it sounds like you have the experience, 20 years in the office.
Yeah. And I've loved every minute of it, every single day.
So that's your life, is the
It
Potter
is my
County
life.
Treasurer's Office.
It is.
Well, that's great. Well, we wish you luck in your campaign,
Thank you.
we thank you for coming by, and
Yes.
we want you to get acquainted with the voters. We hope to see you at the next event we have.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.